Coming up, a Las Cruces man threatens to shoot his mother if police didn't show up. This is according to the Las Cruces Police Department. We have the disturbing body cam footage and 911 call that shows the sequence of events. Then New Mexico Congressman Gabe Vasquez says an immigrant detention facility in his district is bursting at the seams, and he's blaming the Trump administration. We'll tell you about his concerns and what he wants to change. Robert?
Christina, a last night of possible isolated thunderstorms with brief rainfall, and then we dry out as we heat up to extreme heat. I'm going to have your detailed forecast. We are live on KTSM Plus, and your news starts right now.
This is KTSM 9 News, breaking news.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for choosing KTSM Plus, our digital newscast. I'm Christina Rada, in for the vacationing Monica Cortez. We begin with breaking news. This information just into our newsroom within the last half hour. As we first told you on KTSM.com and have been reporting on the last couple of years, El Paso County has approved additional funding to complete the Pelicano Widening project. On Monday, Commissioners Court formally approved one of the key agreements needed to complete the project. According to the county, this authorizes the use of $6 million to address a funding shortfall for the part of Phase 1 of this project, specifically the westbound segment between Aircoup and Loop 375. County officials saying the project was on hold until an April decision by the U.S. Bankruptcy Court, finding in the CRRMA's favor, upholding the default of the original contractor, JAR Concrete, for, quote, failing to meet contract obligations, end quote. As you may remember, the 3-mile Pelicano Drive widening project is a major infrastructure project linking Loop 375 to Darrington Road in Far East El Paso. Now we go back to a story at the top of our newscast. New details on the officer-involved shooting from last weekend in Las Cruces. Now we are hearing from police about what led up to the shooting. KTSM 9 News reporter Diana Castillo joins us with an officer's eye view of the entire incident.
Hey, Mom. Me and my mom are fighting. I need you guys to come, please.
What do you mean you guys are fighting? Is it physical?
It's gonna get physical. Can you please just come?
On the other end of that 911 call is 21-year-old Dominic Martinez. Body camera video shows one officer arrive at the apartment on Embassy Drive. After several verbal attempts from the officer to get Martinez to come out, Martinez exits the home holding what appeared to be a handgun, pointing it at the officer. Shots are fired. Police say Martinez was not hit and was taken into custody shortly after.
Dominic admits to coming out of the residence with the gun because he wanted the officer to kill him. Dominic Martinez further stated that once he was in custody, he began to resist officers because he was trying to get them to hurt him.
Investigators later determined the gun Martinez was holding was actually a BB gun.
We are going now to another story. In the meantime, we should be bringing you the rest of that story in just a little bit. To a developing story, El Paso City Council's special session this morning revisited discussions on the proposed budget for next fiscal year. Now, over the past few weeks, the city held community meetings presenting proposed budget proposals. KTSM 9 News reporter Jesus Baltazar is following this story. And Jesus, I'd like to ask you, what happens next?
Well, Christina, city staff will have its last in-person community meeting in West El Paso this evening to get any input, but they will look to finalize the budget with any proposed changes in the coming weeks before City Council votes on adopting it come August 19th. Now, Thursday morning, city staff discussed changes made to the proposed budget throughout this month. Most notably, the city is now proposing to reduce its property tax rate from 0.761405 cents per $100 of valuation to 0.759649, the lowest in a decade according to the city. However, they noted that due to increasing home values by the Central Appraisal District, some residents may see an average increase of $83 to their property tax bill. One city rep wanting to emphasize that the city was not responsible for increasing home values.
The Central Appraisal District is doing values for properties, and they are following state law at that point. If there's any reform that is needed, I believe it's at the state level in terms of changing that law and how often they appraise. I think that's the frustration here, where we are lowering the tax rate, but then people are still going to pay more because their home values went up.
With this proposed tax rate, city officials said senior and disabled residents over the age of 65 who qualify for their proposed homestead exemption would see a 20% reduction on their tax bill. Now, there will be a virtual meeting next week on Thursday. You can find information to that meeting on our website, ktsm.com. And then there will be 2 public hearings on August 12th and August 18th here at City Hall, where people can voice what their thoughts on the budget before City Council is set to vote on the budget on August 19th. Coming up at 10 p.m. tonight, I will have details on tonight's community meeting. For now, reporting from downtown El Paso, Jesus Baltazar. Cristina, back to you.
We'll look for that report, Jesus. Thank you so much. Well, 2 people are under arrest for illegally dumping trash in Far East El Paso. Deputies say that on Saturday they were sent to the intersection of Bret Hart Drive and Notre Dame Lane on a report of illegal dumping. Once there, investigators say they found 28-year-old Javier Blanco and 35-year-old Marie Zavala dumping trash onto private property. Now, both were booked into the El Paso County Detention Facility, each with a $500 bond. To read more on all of the day's top stories, be sure to visit ktsm.com. We're going to take a break from our headlines and take a quick look from our tower cam, where you can see, hey, it's Robert.
It's not
Is
it better or worse than the tower cam?
Unless you're on top on the roof.
No, I know. Right here at the green screen, Christina, 93 degrees at the airport right now. We've got winds coming in from the east at about 10 miles per hour, dew point at 57, 30% relative humidity right now. Our last night, really for a while, a possible thunder shower. So let's hope we get some rainfall. If we get rainfall tonight, it's going to be on the briefer side. A look at the radar shows that we've got storms that affected the east side of El Paso County. We have a flood advisory up here in the Sacramento Mountains, specifically around Cloudcroft right now. This is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. These thunderstorms will pick up, but they'll move along quickly. We're not really in a heavy rain threat environment overnight tonight, but let's hope we get some rain. Now, tomorrow, I'm removing the chance of storms as the temperatures start to move up. High temperature tomorrow, 99 degrees in the afternoon. I'm going to have your detailed forecast coming up in just a little bit. Christina?
All right, sounds good, Robert. Thank you so much. We have a traffic alert to show you. I-10 in San Marcos, nothing to see there. Not a crash, not any TxDOT vehicles in the area, so everybody moving in the right direction very slowly. I-10 in Sunland Park, right around the station. There is a lot of traffic there, and remember, at about 5 o'clock it gets much fuller, so try to leave early if you can. Well, on the topic of roads, there are some roads closures that may affect your daily commute. As part of the I-10 Widening West project, there will be a right lane closure on I-10 eastbound between Red and Mesa. TxDOT says crews will be paving tonight into tomorrow morning. That's happening now through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. North Desert and South Desert between Anthony and Red Road will have alternating lane closures. The Red Underpass will also have alternating lane closures. TxDOT says crews will be working on electrical and other construction work. Now, over on the east side, happening now through Saturday, August 2nd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The closures include the right lane on Edgemere and John Hayes on the west side. Eastbound, north, and southbound lanes will also be closed. The Lee Trevino and Ivanhoe intersection will see some road changes as crews will be striping. For a complete list of road closures, you can always download our KTSM app to your phone. We're going now to our border report. During an oversight visit at an ICE detention facility, New Mexico Congressman Gabe Vasquez says the facility in his district is, quote, bursting at the seams. Vasquez blames the Trump administration's tendency for confining migrants who have not committed serious crimes. The lawmaker was given a tour where he wanted to check reports of migrants not having access to legal representation and hear their concerns. However, Vasquez was not allowed to talk to migrants. Records show the ICE Otero County Processing Center has a maximum capacity of 1,089 detainees. Vasquez says he was told the facility is holding 1,100 individuals now. That's over the maximum capacity.
Again, when it comes to access to legal resources, due process, and transparency, when detainees don't even know where they're at, let alone how to contact legal services or advocates to be able to get support and to get help, they can't do it at a facility like this. That's one of the things we saw in here today. The lack of access to advocacy services or legal services is extremely hard in there.
Border Report did reach out to ICE for comment and is awaiting a response. In case you missed it, Socorro ISD is implementing a new law that prohibits smart devices in the classroom. We're now learning that El Paso ISD will be doing the same. EPISD says students will not be permitted to use phones, tablets, smartwatches, or other wireless communication devices during school hours. Students can bring their phones and digital devices to school. However, all devices must be turned off in their backpacks or in a designated area. This all takes effect August 8th. Now, if a student breaks the rule, the district says it may confiscate the device and the student may even face other disciplinary action. For more on this new law and how SISD is implementing it, you can visit our website at KTSM.com. Lucha Libre legend El Hijo del Santos is hosting a farewell tour and is stopping in El Paso. Coming up, when and where the event will take place and how you can get your tickets. Then we're going back to that body cam footage that was released on the officer-involved shooting that took place in Las Cruces over the weekend. We go over your thoughts in today's In the Comments section. Thanks for watching KTSM Plus, putting local first. Much for joining us. Back to a story that has been trending in our social media. Body cam footage was released of an officer-involved shooting involving a man who called 911 dispatch and threatened to shoot his mother if police didn't show up to his home. Footage showed 21-year-old Dominic Martinez moving towards the officer and the officer discharging his service weapon 4 times. Now, Martinez was taken into custody and officers discovered that he was not struck by gunfire. Well, we shared this story to our social media accounts and many of you had some thoughts that you wanted to share. Felipa Pita Avila says, believe me, when it's happening to you, there is so much confusion and officers screaming and you're so confused, only you get traumatized in the middle. Not excusing the action, just the perspective of a mother caught in the middle, regardless of what the call was about. Misty Aruda writes, why are some people so obstinate in ignoring orders that are given to them so that things don't have to be so chaotic? Just listen and comply so things can take place orderly. Geez, I will never understand some people. Well, we definitely appreciate opposing views and we want to continue to hear your opinions. And if you want to do so, you can do so on our social media pages. Just follow us on all of our platforms and tell us your comments. Turning now to national news, elected officials are once again turning their attention to stock trading by elected officials. In today's Political Minute, News Nation's Blake Berman explains.
Will Congress ban itself from trading stocks? I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. A Senate committee voting this week to advance a bill that would prevent those who serve in the legislative and executive branches from trading stocks. The goal is to keep elected officials from profiting from information that government officials have as part of their jobs, but isn't yet available to the public. The bill applies to members of Congress, their spouses, and the president and vice president, but only future administrations. Now, critics believe the bill could discourage those who are wealthy or successful in their professional lives from running for office. But supporters say the measure would ensure elected officials are serving the public good and not their own. The bill, though, has a long road ahead before it could become law. Previous attempts have fallen flat in Congress. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
Well, it's definitely getting hot out there, and we know having a big ice cream cone can make you feel a little guilty, but today you don't have to feel like that. Next, where you can go get a sweet treat that's going to help children in need. You're watching KTSM Plus.
Hey, Mom. Me and my mom are fighting. I need you guys to come, please.
What do you mean you guys are fighting? Is it physical?
It's gonna get physical. Can you please just come?
On the other
Dominic admits to coming out of the residence with a gun because he wanted the officer to kill him. Dominic Martinez further stated that once he was in custody, he began to resist officers because he was trying to get them to hurt him.
Investigators later determined the gun Martinez was holding was actually a BB gun.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Well, today there's some good news. Participating Dairy Queen restaurants across Texas will host their one-day fundraising event supporting Children's Miracle Network hospitals. With each Blizzard treat that they purchase, $1 or more will be donated to the network of hospitals, which provides critical life-saving equipment and pediatric health care resources for children across the Lone Star State. Now tell me this, doesn't that look just yummy? And for a good cause, Robert?
Christina, do you want to be super rich?
I would, but I don't know how.
Well, I can give you some advice.
I'll take it.
Own the Dairy Queen in like Abilene or San Angelo, right on the interstate. You ever been to one in
No,
the
but
heart
I know
of
why
Texas?
you're saying that.
Lines
Yes.
forever. You gotta love Dairy Queen. Okay, yeah, that does look delicious, and thank you for bringing samples. Okay, 93, our high temperature so far today at the International Airport. 97 for Juarez, 90 Las Cruces, 91 Alamogordo, 92 Deming, and 73 for Ruidoso. Right now in Las Cruces, you're 90 degrees. Winds coming in from the northeast about 7 miles per hour, dew point 51. That's 26% relative humidity. Satellite radar composite. Enjoy the chance of storms. I know we'd all like some rain, not some flooding, but some rain to keep things looking so green. We get that chance tonight, but that chance is going to taper off starting tomorrow. And then we enter a period of extreme heat during our work week next week. On the radar composite right now, any rain that does crop up with the thunderstorms this afternoon would be brief. The whole system is moving pretty quickly. All the storms will be cropping up, generally moving from west to east overnight tonight. It has been quite an active afternoon up in the Sacramento Mountains. Widely scattered thunder showers, numerous flood advisories, even a flood warning again over Ruidoso. And unfortunately, those thunder showers appear to be hitting north and west of town, which of course is in the burn scar area. That is terrible news for downflow water because it floods the Rio Ruidoso. We've got winds that should be light overall tonight, but with occasional gusts, of course, even distant storms can cause those occasional wind gusts for us. Here are the winds right now. Coming in from the east at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Your exclusive 9-hour forecast for Friday, raising that high temperature up to 99 degrees. We'll see partly cloudy skies. We might see a few distant storms, but I think El Paso will be storm-free for our Friday. Allergy-wise, 9s across the board. That's in the high range for the next several days. Now for you tonight, Las Cruces. Yes, there is a chance of a thunderstorm late tonight with some brief rainfall. Your low temperature 70 degrees. High for tomorrow going up to 96. Partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. Might see some distant lightning for you. 75 low temperature at the International Airport tonight. We've already had some east side isolated storms, but we'll keep that chance in until late into the night tonight. And then 99 high temperature tomorrow with partly cloudy skies. Only KTSM gives you 9 full days of weather. On Saturday, mostly sunny with a couple of clouds and 101. It's just the beginning. We'll have to fire up that misery meter in a big way. 103 on Sunday, but then that dome of high pressure literally reaches its maximum for several days. We face the threat of extreme heat. 105 Monday, 106 Tuesday, 106 Wednesday, 105 on Thursday before it comes down slightly Friday and Saturday. Don't go anywhere. More KTSM 9 News coming up in just a moment.
So you can come back over here during the Vitalant story, because it's a wipe. Oh no, I'm sorry. The health department is providing free routine vaccines. Thank you. I just want to double check. Will you all let Robert know during the public, the free vaccines, when he can come over here when we're in VO? Please. Good news. Tickets are now on sale for La Despedida de El Hijo del Santo, a lucha libre festival that's taking place on September 6th at Escalante Park. Event planners say this will be the only U.S. stop on the farewell tour and will feature the highly anticipated professional debut of Cinta de Oro Jr., whose father is a local lucha libre icon and already making waves of his own. A special event will benefit the Boys and Girls Clubs of El Paso and promises an unforgettable day of legacy, family, and community. For a link to buy some tickets, head on over to KTSM.com. We want to remind you to mark the anniversary of the August 3rd, 2019 Walmart mass shooting. Vitalant is inviting you to donate blood. To honor the victims and heroes who stepped forward that day, Vitalant will host a Remember, Honor, Give community blood drive on Saturday and Sunday, August 2nd and 3rd at Cielo Vista Mall. The blood drive will be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Each donor will receive a commemorative t-shirt. The city's public health department is providing free routine vaccines to eligible children as parents prepare their kids to go back to school. The city is emphasizing the importance of vaccines, especially those against HPV, polio, measles, whooping cough, and much more. The city's community clinics are open from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. We have to talk about these temperatures. We complain when it rains.
Yeah, we complain when it's hot. So next week is a week of complaining.